Hi, everyone. Thank you for watching Interior Wellness. I'm Elizabeth, and I am joined today by a wonderful woman and dear friend, Deanna Deacon. She is a holistic lifestyle coach, and she also does an incredible program with entrepreneurs. So people who want to be better entrepreneurs and also have that be part of their lives. So it helps you have a better life as you're being a better entrepreneur and having better business. And I think she's amazing. She's got so much to offer. So I'm very grateful to have her here today. Thank you, Deanna, for joining us.
Thank you for having me here, Elizabeth. I'm always happy to be on video and conversation with you. So thank you so much for having me.
You're welcome. And I just have to say, I think you're absolutely phenomenal and amazing. And I absolutely enjoy everything that you ever have to say. So I'm excited to be able to share you with our audience.
Oh, thank you. That feels so wonderful. I'm sitting in my beautiful house that I love right now, and the sun is shining in on me in a beautiful sunny day in 100 Mile House. And just hearing those words from you just filled my entire being. I'm just filled with love right now. Thank you. That feels really nice to receive.
You're very welcome. So I'd love for our audience to learn a little bit more about you, about your background and how you came to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah, you bet. I was thinking quite a bit about this morning, actually. And what really, I've always had an entrepreneurial mindset, entrepreneurial desire within me. Even, the typical as a kid, I had a lemonade stand, or I'd try and sell things to my sister to try and get someone for allowance money, always trying to find ways that I could create a business or create a transaction. And what I think really allowed me to translate that desire into health and wellness and really benefiting others around me is, unfortunately, 10 years ago, I lost my mom. And she was a very important and integral woman in my life. And she showcased to me what it meant to be a strong, powerful woman and still be incredibly compassionate. And since my journey of losing my mom and going through that grief and understanding how to find my own happiness and joy and peace within that, it really led me into understanding what it means to honor and own my own body, my lifestyle, and my health. And in doing so, it allowed me to realize that if all of us could do this for ourselves, the world would be a very wonderful, magical, peaceful place for all of us to live. So going into holistic health and working with people with their lifestyles really allows me to offer a little bit of that wisdom that I gained from my mom to everyone else that I come into contact with. And generally my goal is just that I want everyone in my life to feel good more often than not. I mean, it sounds super simple, and it is. I mean, when it comes down to it, your holistic health is simply you being happy and healthy more days than not. That's what I want for you. And when it comes to the entrepreneurial aspect of it, I really realized that everyone who is an entrepreneur has passion inside of them, and they are a wonderful person for acknowledging that that passion can become something else, that they can share that passion with the world. And I want to honor that. I really, really want to honor other individuals who are showcasing their passion and are living the life that they desire to live to support and offer something to others. And that's how my program Entrepreneurial Style came about, is my ability to offer wisdom, guidance, support, love, all of the things to everyone else who is doing that with everyone around them.
That is amazing, Deanna. I love hearing that the holistic aspect and the health and happiness is coming into being in business, being an entrepreneur. And I love hearing you talk about it. I was thinking about it quite a lot lately. The entrepreneurial journey, those spiritual journeys that anybody can embark upon, because it will show you all of your stuff. And so to be a holistic entrepreneur it's a really important thing.
It's incredibly important. And you and I were having a conversation a few weeks ago, and you mentioned that being an entrepreneur is basically a spiritual journey, especially for anyone who is offering a big piece of themselves and their heart out to others. And it's really important to understand that not only are you running a business and trying very hard to be incredibly successful and bring in that money to support yourself, continuously grow your business to offer more to your clients, but you're also on your own personal journey. And it's really valuable to have someone who can help you acknowledge that that's a challenge and a joy all in itself. And you're gonna have days when you feel amazing and powerful and strong and you're making a change in the world. And there's gonna be days when what you really need is to stop doing the work, relax, be with yourself, bring yourself in, and respect where you're at for your own personal journey. So that's a huge component of the entrepreneurial style, is really allowing individuals to acknowledge that there's these two components of it, and that you can't have one without the other, And that once you can learn how to balance them, oof, that's the good spot. That's where you want to be, because that's when the magic happens.
Sometimes as entrepreneurs, we are very individual and very can do it on our own kind of people. But that can get us into trouble, everything on our own, that we can stay balanced on our own. And then it's an entrepreneurial coach. How does somebody, I not
Sorry, I couldn't hear that question. It cut out a little bit. How does somebody
benefit by working with other people, or and not being an entrepreneur all on their own?
Oh my goodness, there's so many benefits. As you and I both know, and we've talked about in the past, being an entrepreneur is really beautiful because you're offering a gift out to the world. You're offering a piece of you out to others. But it's also incredibly lonely. Even though, like myself, I work with clients regularly throughout the day, I'm talking with individuals on a regular basis. And yet when it comes to the journey of growing my business, I need to have support and community around me, because otherwise I have no one to turn to if something doesn't work, to say, you know what, it's okay. Aspects of that are going to benefit you down the road. You'll make it through, just keep going. Or when I'm really successful, I don't have anyone that I can turn to and say, oh my goodness, that just worked. I can't believe it. I made that happen. I'm so proud of myself. And these are the components that you need that community for, because we're human beings. I mean, we're community creatures. We love having people around us. We love to celebrate all of our successes, and we need support when we're feeling a little bit lower. So having that community, having those friendships, and having those people to bounce ideas off of really allow you to move yourself and your business forward. And without them, it can be lonely, and it can take a lot longer to get to where you want to go. So I'm a huge advocate for having community to bring your business to the level that you want it to be at, and to continuously support your own personal being as well.
I absolutely agree with that. I do a lot of my work on my own and in my own tiny office, but having other people who I connect with who are also entrepreneurs or who are also coaches and mentors, it's absolutely vital. And you believe in that. And you've created a program for people, a program for entrepreneurs, and it's called Entrepreneurial Style, which I think is super cool. How does the program work, and what do people benefit from it?
Oh, this program is so fabulous. And just speaking about entrepreneurs for a second, and trying new things, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. I was noticing just a few weeks ago that I created a program about just over a year ago that was quite similar to this program. I called it Entrepreneurial Style, and I put it out there to the world, and no one was interested. I thought, oh, okay. But then this idea came to me, I took pieces of that program and completely revamped it into what the program is now. And it all came to me quite intuitively, and it all just kind of flowed right out of me. And that's how I knew that I was on the mark. So I went through a trial run of this program, and it was phenomenal. The impact that it offered to the clients who were in the program was amazing. And the impact that I had myself was just, there's not even words. It was so powerful. So how it works is I am bringing you into a small community. So there's going to be a very intimate community of 3 other entrepreneurs and myself. And we're going to meet for 5 weeks, once a week. And in these sessions, we're going to have some guided education where I'm going to showcase to you some of the key components that you need to be able to honor in yourself and in your business in order for you to find that success. It's a very strong focus on really ensuring that you have a strong self-care foundation, so that when you're really successful, you have the energy to take on those clients and create those products and put all of your energy into your business. And when you have those moments when you're a little bit less successful, you have the mindset and the love and peace for yourself that you can keep yourself feeling stable and supported. So it really covers all spectrums of being an entrepreneur, and it does so in the community of other entrepreneurs who are going through the same journey at the same time. I just love it.
I love watching you smile when you talk about it. It's wonderful. And so this program, you don't have to be in the same city as you, though, or the same city or even country as the other entrepreneurs. How does that work?
Oh, that's the best part. I love the fact that with technology, even you and I mean, we've become such close friends, and it's simply because we have the technology to be able to have video conversations regularly. So what I've done is created this community, this intimate community of entrepreneurs, where we are going to meet on video once a week, and we're going to create that sense of community just by seeing each other, hearing each other, and sharing some of our goals, some of our challenges, and some of our successes. So yes, you can be anywhere in the world. Time zones is the only thing that's gonna kind of be a hang up for us, but I found a way to really make sure that we can get as many time zones in as possible. So for some of us, it'll be the morning, for some of us, it'll be the evening, but we all have the same goal of bettering ourselves and bettering our businesses.
Very nice. And people can do this right from their own homes, or even if they need some space and they go out to a cafe, they can just plug their little headset in and have their laptop and work on their entrepreneurial journey. Does anybody have to be at a specific place in their entrepreneurial journey? Like, do they have to already be in business, or can they be at the idea stage, or are they a few years in? What do you find is the best?
So it really is open to everyone. I say primarily it's for someone who's really passion focused. So if you have an idea for a business, or there's something that's kind of been like, tickling you at the back of your mind for the past couple of years, and you sort of need a jump start to get you moving for that, then you will intuitively be put into a group of other entrepreneurs that are at the same place. So I'll make sure that in our small groupings of that intimate group of 3 individuals and myself, that we're all around a similar level with our businesses, so that we can really learn and grow from each other as we move forward. And all of the content and education components that I've created are really designed for that personal depth and growth to support your business. So even if you're at the very beginning stages where you don't even know what your business is, or if you've been in your business for the past 8 years, you are still going to gain massive results from this personally and professionally.
That's what I thought when I read a little bit about it. It was like, I've been in my business for almost 10 years and realized I could gain so much from this program. And so no, it doesn't, I don't think it matters where somebody is on their journey, but the fact that they get involved in a community. And I think the accountability is a really important factor of being in a program and being in a group. What do you think about accountability in that?
I think that's another huge component of having community. And I think accountability is incredibly important for you personally, for your own health goals, as well as for your business, because you can have a mastermind with people and come up with great ideas of things that you want to create for your business. But if there's no follow through, then nothing happens. Then it's just all staying up here in your brain. And it's wonderful to have great ideas, but you need to take those ideas and actually bring them to fruition. And when you have to meet with someone every single week, and it's these individuals who are there to support you, who are there to love you, and they know the challenges that you're having, you already have that piece of accountability. Even if they don't ask you if you completed it, you already feel, "Oh, but I want to be able to say that I did. I want to be able to say that I completed that and it was successful, or I completed that and this is what I learned from it." And another piece of accountability is that we're going to be in a Facebook group as well for Entrepreneurial Style. So everyone who joins the program is going to have lifetime access to this group. So more people are going to continuously come into the group who are going to be able to support you with your accountability pieces. So you can share, this is what I'm working on this week and I really need to get it done. And everyone will take an opportunity to support you and hold you accountable for that. And to celebrate your success when you actually accomplish it. It feels so good.
Definitely. And what type of entrepreneurs is the program mainly for? Like, is it women? Is it men? Is it types of businesses? What kind of people do you find are attracted to this kind of work?
So I would say number one is someone who is passion focused. So any business that you have, any idea that you have, as long as you know that you can feel that passion light up inside of you. When someone asks you about it, you light up like I am now talking about this program, and you have this huge smile on your face. And sometimes you talk really fast because you're so excited about it, but that this is just something that really, it gets you jazzed. You're feeling really great about it. And I'm keeping it right now separate gender-wise. So I have groups of women and then I have groups of men. And this way, by separating it, it just creates a little bit more of that understanding and openness, I would say. So that when it comes to women, we can talk about our cycles and we don't have to feel any fear that there's a man in the group and he doesn't fully understand it or whatever may come up. So keeping them separate that way, but for anyone really who has that passion and who's really ready to take a step forward, both personally and professionally, to understand what they need themselves to unleash and unlock all of that creative power that they have to skyrocket their business forward or to even start it.
Really nice. And it sounds like a very valuable program. Now, you mentioned that there were 5 components. I would love for you to dive into or touch on each of them, whatever feels right for you to share.
You bet. So the first one that we do, which is so vital to be the very first week in any program, I think, is starting off by really understanding and cultivating your own self-care foundation. As I mentioned before, the self-care foundation is for you, for your energy levels, for your mindset, to support you when you're successful, to support you when you're not successful, to really understand what you need physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually, to allow you to feel balanced, grounded, and just ready to take on the world. It's very important.
Oh,
And
that's so important. I have to cut in. Any program that anybody is going to take, if you're watching this, if somebody starts out with self-care as the foundation, that is a good program. I know this for sure. I've been in business for many years, and self-care was one of the things that almost took me out, was not taking care of myself and doing too much business. So I love hearing that in your program, Deanna, is self-care. Like
thank you.
absolutely vital. I just wanted to
Yeah, thank you. And I completely agree, because when it comes down to it, if you are your business, but you're sick, then your business isn't running. Things aren't happening. And even if you have a solely online business where you can still be working while you're sick, you're not putting your heart into it. You're not putting all of your energy into it. You need to take care of yourself first. If you have a goal of making a massive change in this world, of supporting others and really lifting them up and giving them that your love and your support, you have to take care of yourself first. Otherwise, you're going to be asking them to take care of you when you're not able to take care of yourself. So yeah, I'm 100% with you, Elizabeth. I think that should always be the starting point for any program that someone does. So once we feel like we've really got a solid foundation of what our self-care needs to look like for each of us individually, then we get to go into really understanding your personal attributes that come naturally to you and starting to distinguish your why. And so in the entrepreneurial world, there's a lot of talk of what your why is for your business. And that's super important. But in this one, we're taking it more on a personal level. So understanding all of your personal attributes, the way that you share with your friends and your family, the way you support them, the things that you do naturally without even thinking about it, utilizing those to understand what your core desire and your why is in life. When you understand that, all of your business decisions will come from that place, and you will just intuitively flow in the direction that your business is meant to go, because you understand the attributes that you have to share with others, and you understand why you offer those and what you're trying to receive from it as well. So it's a really powerful, that week is so powerful and really introspective and really strong at understanding what is best for you. So then after that, we take a beautiful little bit of a break and we focus on something passionate. So we find a passion project, something that really just lights you up, gets your body moving, gets your creativity flowing, allows you to feel super, super great. And this could be something to do with your business. It could be something completely separate, where maybe you go for a weekend with a bunch of friends and all you do is knit for the entire weekend. If that jazzes you up, fabulous. If you go skiing for the weekend, or if you go on a trip somewhere else, or if you simply just stay at home and work on some creative art that you've been wanting to get to, something to really get those passionate creative juices flowing, that is what week 3 is all about. And then moving on to week 4, we take a step into what are your fears and self-doubts? How are they showing up in your life? Oftentimes they're quite hidden, and they're hiding behind some thoughts that you're saying to yourself on a regular basis. We're going to uncover what those barriers are, and then we're going to remove them. So I'm going to create an experience for you where you get to understand your fears and self-doubts, and then also understand how you can release them and how you can ask them to just move on out because you no longer need them. And so after that's at week 4, once we've moved all of that out of the way, we're feeling all good because we've got our self-care, we had our passion going, we understand our why, we have no more fear and self-doubt in the way. We finish off the program with cultivating your creative genius. So in my trial program, I had a client who said, I'm not a creative person. It's just not me. It's not what I do. And I challenged her and said, well, I'm pretty sure we're going to find out what your creative piece is. And going through this program, she did find out what her creative piece was, where her creative genius came in. And she was able to leave the program understanding the things that she needed to do, the activities, the mindset work, the books she needed to read, those types of things to cultivate this creative genius. So to get yourself kind of all primed and ready to just take on everything the world throws at you from that place of creative genius. And that's how we complete the program.
It sounds absolutely incredible. It sounds like you're carrying people through and guiding them, holding their hands, but at the same time challenging them on their own and having accountability. It sounds like a perfect jumping off point for anybody who wants to make their business better and make their entrepreneurial journey more holistic.
Thank you. Yeah, that's a really beautiful way to say it. It is a lot about supporting and loving and having that foundation, that guidance, and that caring for you, but also doing so in a way that does challenge you and pushes you a little bit further. So it's kind of like giving you that grounded, balanced sense, but pushing you with that fiery like desire to just soar and fly in the world. So you have your roots down into the ground and you have all of that fruit coming up at the top of your tree, so you can really feel balanced and connected.
It's very cool. So the links to the program and to your website are all going to be below, but how can people get in touch with you and learn more about you and learn more about the program?
Definitely. So you can always find me on my website at vitalitypure.com. My company is Vitality Pure Holistic Health Coaching. And you can find me on Facebook for women. Right now, this group is only for women, but I have an open group that's called Happy, Holistic, and Healthy. And so if you find it on there, we have so much fun in there. We talk regularly about different plant-based foods that we can be eating, fitness exercise that we can be doing, what we need to have some more fun in our life, what things we're doing to create joy and radiance, how we can support each other, motivation, all of the good stuff. So holistic, happy, and healthy on Facebook.
Sounds like fun. And so I have a couple more questions that I'd love to explore as we start to wrap up. And one of them is, what is your favorite thing about being an entrepreneur?
Beautiful. Oh, my favorite thing about being an entrepreneur is bringing out that passion in individuals. So for me, in the work that I do, whether I'm working with someone solely for just their health or if we're focusing on an entrepreneurial focus, finding something in them that is maybe a bit hidden or dormant, something that they're passionate about, that jazzes them up, that gets them excited, that brings that big, huge smile on their face and gives them the tingles and makes them want to make a move and do something about it. Bringing that forward and allowing them to get to that place where they get to feel empowered and excited about something in their life, that's what I love. That's the place when I can get a client to that place, that's when I feel satisfied and happy that I have done my work for the day, that I have done all that I can to support them in that moment. That's my favorite part.
And that's when we have those moments as entrepreneurs, those things that just make our hearts sparkle, then you know you're on the right path and you're doing the right thing. So I love hearing that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
And it's not without challenges. So what is your biggest challenge as an entrepreneur?
Ooh, that's a great one. So this kind of goes back to when you and I were talking earlier about how being an entrepreneur is kind of a bit of a spiritual journey as well. I would say up until now, this challenge I'm starting to really just overcome myself. I felt very alone. And I felt that not only am I on an entrepreneurial journey, I'm also on this spiritual journey that a lot of my friends and colleagues and people in my life don't understand. Most of them work for a company, and so they're not an entrepreneur. They don't understand when I say I need to work in the evening to get something done because it's launching tomorrow. Or when it comes to the spirituality, I am kind of like skyrocketing my own spiritual journey because the more that I learn, the more that I expand myself, the more I can see the benefits in my own business and I can see the benefits in my clients and how I can serve them more. So it's important for me to really take that time away from doing social things, away from doing the things that perhaps I did in the past and focusing just on me, because the more I grow, the more I can help my clients grow. So I would say that's been the biggest challenge for me, is really taking the entrepreneurial style and allowing that to be a part of my regular life as well, and finding a way that they evolve together. And I'm really happy to say that I'm getting to that place where I'm surrounded now by entrepreneurs as well as non-entrepreneurs. So I have a beautiful balance. I have people like you, Elizabeth, as well as some other really good friends that have kind of just floated into my life once I opened myself up to understanding what I needed to support myself. So I'm feeling fabulous about it now. I feel really well supported and well rounded in this entrepreneurial journey.
It sounds like you are a walking example of what your program is all about, especially that step one piece about self-care. Because being an entrepreneur, like you said, it's not without your challenges, but there's things that you do. You're surrounding yourself with good people. What are some other things that you do for your self-care as an entrepreneur?
Ooh, beautiful question. I actually was thinking about this morning. I was creating a webinar that I'm going to be hosting coming up in the future. And I was thinking about what it is that my body is always craving more of. And my body is always craving more love. And it has been that way since I was a small child. I received tons of love from my family, over and above what probably the average person needs. And I still wanted more. I constantly want more love. So I've been exploring ways that I can offer that love to myself, and what actions can I take where I feel really loved up. And for me, self-care and love really comes in with a delightful evening or daytime Epsom salt bath with incense, with candles, with a book, with some meditation music, the whole 9 yards, even if it's just for 20 minutes, taking that time for me. And exercising, but exercising in my own way. I'm a fitness instructor as well, but I love going out into my shop where I have my gym, blasting the tunes, and my warm-up is just busting a move. And I dance around the whole place, and my dog jumps up with me, and we're dancing around, and really just letting loose and letting all the energy flow through me. And then also just, utilizing some weights and getting some strength into my life as well. That's definitely something that really benefits my body and my mindset as well. And I think if I were to say a third one, it's really about understanding the foods that are right for me. So I don't follow any type of strict diet guidelines. I've explored all the different diets through my health coach training and really come to terms with the fact that what my body needs is to ask myself before every single meal, every single drink that I have, I ask myself, what is it that I want right now? And I create out of the best of my abilities, whatever it is that I'm craving. So sometimes I'm craving some bread and peanut butter. And sometimes I'm craving a delicious green smoothie full of fresh vegetables. Sometimes I'm craving a stir fry. It all varies and it changes all the time. And so I think that by honoring my body and asking my body what it wants, I think I feel really, really loved up from that. And it really supports my immunity as well.
Thank you for those tips. And thank you also for sharing so honestly. I love seeing you and your passion about the program and your passion about health and self-care and all of it. And you're so much fun to work with and so much fun to chat to. So I know that anybody who wants to work further with you would absolutely benefit. Like I said, the links are below. You can get in touch with Deanna. And is there anything else that you'd love to share with our audience before we sign off today?
Thank you for having me, Elizabeth. I really appreciate it. I guess if I could share something with everyone who's watching is just be you. Just be truly, authentically you in whatever way that looks. If you need to take time to sit down and cry in the evening, then do so. If you need to go to the gym every single day because that's how you feel strong and empowered in your life, then do so. Do things that are right for you because they feel good to you, not because someone else suggested it, not because someone else told you to, but simply because you value yourself, you honor yourself, and that is the best way that you can take on your self-care. So yeah, just be you. Exactly the way that you are, Elizabeth. You are a beautiful example of that. Thank you for always showing up and being you.
Oh my goodness, that is the best thing that I've heard all week. So just be you, and thank you. This has been such a wonderful conversation. I always enjoy talking to you. I feel inspired just by our conversation for my own business, and I know that anybody else talking to you would probably get the same thing out of it. And to hear you say, just be you as your final piece just speaks to what an amazing person and an amazing woman that you are. So thank you so much.
Thank you, Elizabeth. Oh, thank you. My heart is so full right now and I can't stop smiling. So thank you for the opportunity to talk about the program that I have that brings me so much passion. And thank you for having the network that you have and sharing all the goodness that you share. I love being a part of it myself. And I agree. I love just having these conversations. This is also one of my favorite parts of being an entrepreneur. It just feels good.
Yeah, it really does. So thank you again. And thank you everybody for tuning in and watching this. I really appreciate you taking the time to come into my life and Deanna's life and check out what we're up to. And if you want to learn more, just check out the links below. Thank you so much. And we'll see you next time. Bye.